I've been looking at trying to straighten this guy out a little better, and I've got a problem in that this edge here, if you're looking down this rascal, is really crooked. And I'm going to try something that I was wondering how I was going to do it, but on the back side of this T-square, I don't have any paint on that, any numbers or what have you. I'm going to try to make a, for lack of a better description, kind of a form on this surface here that is curved. So I'm going to have to try to somehow clamp that rascal to it and then run Bondo on the face of that, trying to keep this surface clean here. This surface here needs to stay clean because that gets welded back in on this window jamb once you can see I've got this rascal in the way here right now, but on the back side here I've got to fix this angle up here up on top. So I've got an idea on using, I think I might have mentioned before, using an old fluorescent lamp fixture that I no longer need. It's got a nice straight bend for a good distance, and see if we can't fit that guy into there. But anyway, that jamb back there gets welded to this face, and as such I want to keep that clean and free of any Bondo as best I can. Meanwhile, using a form, we'll clamp to the face of that, assuming I can get a nice curved form to straighten that, all that sin that you see along that face out. So you'll see me working on those things next, and put it into time lapse, and we'll see you on the other side. So I lied. I want to do a little update before I put it in time lapse. I put the clamps on this unit and put that piece of steel, or actually aluminum, in the form of a T-square on the back of it. I want to sight down this thing and show you what the sin is that I'm going to try to get rid of. And what I'm going to try to fill in as best I can, and I couldn't really get this aluminum as straight as I wanted, but it's as good as I'm going to get it. But that area there, I'm going to try to fill in on the bottom edge and just sand it straight as best I can, and that'll fit up to, again, that window jamb back here, which, let me take this thing out of here. I think I can slide this out easy enough. Set that down. I have got to obviously replace all of this stuff, so I'm going to cut this about halfway. All right, as we covered a little bit ago, we got that straight edge on the back line. I'm going to try to fill in this edge along here that you see, and see if I can't get a good straighter edge on that, and shape that to where it looks better. Also want to let you know that I did get the sideboards, running boards, straightened out. They're not perfect, there's still some deformations in there that I might square away, but I'm going to put it in primer first and then see where those deformations are at, really focus in on them and get those things in better shape. So after we get this header, windshield header squared away, we'll be pulling off these front fenders and getting onto those guys. There's a fair amount of sin in those guys to try to straighten out, so we'll see what we can't do. So anyway, seem to be making some progress. We're going to put you in time lapse now and see how this form of a aluminum T-square works on trying to get a straight edge on the bottom of this windshield header. All right. That actually worked out really well. Let me take the camera in and get a closer close-up of this for you. And I'm taking out all this extra back in this area here, and that'll leave a metal surface, hopefully to match up to that jam I've got to fix in the window, so I can weld that back into place. That actually this gets welded into the cab of the truck. And I'm taking all this extra glob stuff off here like this. You can see this here where I got to take that out. But I'll try to zoom the camera in. I've got some more distortions through here I need to straighten out, but this is worlds better than what it was. We've got the formation of a nice straight line along that edge right there as a result of using that T-square, that aluminum T-square. All right, so you can see in here, we go along, I got a lot straighter edge right through there. So we'll work on some deformations I've got through this area where you see the metal coming through. You can feel those as high spots. And we'll see if we can't schmooze a little bit more, as Brent Hoytank would like to call it. Schmooze some more mud in there and try to straighten those out. And then I want to kind of keep these areas clear of mud because that gets welded, but there are some distortions there I'm going to try to straighten out. When I go to welding this thing back in, I'm really going to try to be sensitive to not overheating stuff because I've got, you know, all this Bondo in the area. So it's going to be kind of a trick to get this back in there, but we will do our best. All right, so it's not perfect, but it's going to be as close as I'm going to get it. Let me see if I can sight you down this thing. Try to put a little primer on it to see if we can see how it actually looks. It doesn't feel too bad, and but again, it's not perfect. You know, we may do some more touch-up on it, but I'm thinking I'm going to set this guy on the shelf, and we're going to work on those fenders next. So I guess that'll do it for this episode, and want to thank y'all for tuning in the way y'all do, and can't believe that anybody's even interested in this stuff, but I'm certainly no Brent Hoytink or Derek Vieira, that's for sure. But we enjoy doing this, and it's one of the things we enjoy doing as being a retired, recovering engineer, if you will. Thanks again, folks. We'll talk at you next time. Bye now.